2022年最精彩的电影就是 The Johnny Depp vs. the Amber Heard trial. Amber Heard told a crap ton of lies. Her lawyer team had some epic fails, but most importantly, Aquaman. And of course, we can't forget our favorite lawyer, Camille Vasquez, who had flawless victory after flawless victory, causing Amber Heard and her witness to screw themselves bad. That trial was the stuff of pure gold. 但是你知道2024年最精彩的电影会是什么吗？
Tell me.
None other than the trial of the most controversial president in US history, Donald J. Trump. Now, as you may know, my man is battling multiple cases all at once, but there is no case more important than the RICO case, where not only will the orange man take the stand, but it will most likely be broadcasted to the entire world. This will probably go down as the most anticipated trial in all world history, dude.
It's true.
Where Trump's trial will play out like a feature film, the preliminary hearings will feature more sand and giant man-eating buttholes than Dune 2. And let me tell you, these hearings are so outrageous, they make House of Cards look like Yo-Yo TV, yeah. We're talking secret sex affairs between America's top prosecutors and even possibly corruption of a public official.
Drama!
And the sweet cherry on top, one of America's top prosecutors completely turning into a clueless fuckboy. Now, our ultimate protagonist and heroine of this movie is Georgia's first African-American female district attorney, FANI Willis.
You serious?
Yes, I am. Time for a quick English lesson. FANI in British English actually means 但是唢呐它的拼法跟原本的 FANI 完全不一样哦。So, now FANI isn't just your run-of-the-mill district attorney, yo. Homegirl is set to be the one to finally take down Donald Trump once and for all, to make US history as the ultimate Oompa Loompa slayer, making Trump pay for his alleged crimes and inciting the 2020 insurrection and sending him to jail. This woman used her top-level lawyer logic to try Trump under the RICO Act for 93 cases, yo. And let me tell you something about the RICO Act. In America, they have a conviction rate of 98%. Translation, your ass is going to jail. And here's the kicker. Out of the 4 cases that Trump is being tried on this year, this one is the only case that even if Trump wins the presidential election and becomes president again, he cannot pardon himself from. So FANI Willis, the first African-American woman district attorney in the very state that gave birth to the civil rights movement, has a 98% chance of taking down the orange lightning that represents racism, old white men, gender discrimination, and ultimately white privilege. If she can pull this off, she might even become America's first female president. But there's that 2%, that tiny little bit that could pump FANI so hard, it could see Trump not only defeating her, but see her going to jail. The very jail cell where she was trying to put Trump in the first place. And when you find out why, you'll realize that sometimes all you need is just the tip to bust that FANI wide open.
Big water, ocean water.
这么精彩，让我们继续看下去。So, before we get started, let me let you in on a few of the basics. In America, before they go to trial, they usually have what's known as hearings, where both sides present their evidence and try to convince the judge whether or not they should go to trial or whether or not they should not go to trial. And after reviewing all the information in front of him or her, the judge will make the ultimate decision of whether or not they should proceed forward. But if either side can prove an instance of misconduct or witness tampering or any other sort of fuckery, then they can move for a mistrial, which means that the trial could be moved to a later date, or even worse, it could be thrown out altogether. And this is where we have our story, where Team Trump is trying to prove that District Attorney FANI Willis committed gross misconduct by having an affair during and after the Trump legal proceedings with...
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
the lead prosecutor of her team.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Not only that, but FANI's top prosecutor is also being accused of illegally using funds to take him and FANI on vacations. plural. And if Trump's team can prove beyond reasonable doubt that Fani Willis has a conflict of interest by having this gross misconduct, then that would mean that she will be disqualified from the very case that she spent 2 years making, thus postponing this trial until after the election, which would be a huge defeat, as these guys have been trying to build this case to keep him from even running for president again. So as you can see, this huge high-stakes hearing is messier than a wet fanny after a quickie in the courtroom bathroom.
Big water, ocean water.
And after watching 7 hours of courtroom footage, I have to say I'm embarrassed for my people, black people. This woman's behavior is so goddamn disgraceful that she furthers the negative stereotype of American black women in the world. Entitled and with bad attitudes, yo. So get your popcorn ready, because what you're about to see may be the greatest clown show of 2024.
So your office objected to us getting Delta records for flights that you may have taken with Mr. Wade.
No, look. I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
So my question was, do you have any problem?
I object to getting any personal records of mine.
Yo, but you sitting in the hot seat, homegirl, and although this is just a hearing, it could very well go to trial. 他们只要问你能不能提供证明而已啊. And I get that you may feel you're being wrongly accused, but ain't you supposed to be a professional? You're like the top of the top. So what's with the attitude?
So you better check yourself.
So like you can see, her attitude is off the rails. And watch how she responds whenever she's asked a simple question of whether or not her boyfriend visited her house.
Visit you at a place that you resided.
Okay. I don't understand you. In 2020, I lived in South Fulton. Okay. That's the only place I lived in South Fulton. That's before I had to abandon my home, Judge.
All right.
And at my home in South Fulton, he never came there, okay? So if you don't come someplace, you can't live there.
So I'm gonna have to caution you. It's gonna be my first time out to caution. You have to listen to the questions as asked. And if this happens again and again, I'm gonna have no choice but to strike your testimony.
我搞不清楚 who's in control of this courtroom. Is it Fanny, who's on the witness stand, or is it the judge? Because the judge is like,
小姐，你可能要稍微调整一下你的回答的方式，因为
bro, you're the judge. Handle this shit. Now, I know some of you might be thinking,
唢呐，但是 she has the right to defend herself 啊 ，maybe she is innocent 啊。如果是你的话，你应该会很生气，对吧？
here's the thing. If this were Johnny Depp or Amber Heard, I could completely understand them responding this way. But this woman is a professional. Not only that, but we the people elected her ass. So she has to be held to a higher standard, dog.
Let's go on and have the conversation.
I'm just asking you whether or not it was a coincidence.
Had absolutely nothing to do with this. It's interesting that we're here about this money. Mr. Wade is used to women that, as he told me one time, the only thing a woman can do for him is make him a sandwich. We would have...
Let's see, what's wrong with making a sandwich? I like sandwiches. Although I'm in Taiwan and my wife makes me tamping, huh? That's not the only thing she can do for me. Now, we don't know the context of exactly how he said, maybe he was joking, but the next few words out of Fanny's mouth makes it clear how she feels about men.
I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion. And so there was tension always in our relationship, which is why I would give him his money back. I don't need anybody to foot my bills. The only man who's ever foot my bills completely is my daddy.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And this Fanny is representing women, representing black people, representing the elite in the worst way possible. The way she misrepresents feminism by saying she don't need a man and men are companions. Could you imagine if back in the Johnny Depp trial, he was like, I don't need a woman, they are only companions to me. Bruh. People would have a meltdown. This is the most sexist attitude from a prosecutor I've ever seen. In this next episode, I'm gonna show you just how Fanny might go to jail. Not because of herself, but because of her companion, aka fuckboy, aka the lead prosecutor on this Trump case, as well as her good friend who spills all the goods on the relationship details between these two. So, hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side. Peace!